everyone have installed Octoparse and the web scraper extension in your notebook or a laptop. So if you do, then you can follow the hands-on that I'm going to show today. All right, I have no slides today because this is a 100% hands-on. So what I'm going to share is the application and how we are going to do using the web scraper tools. First we go with Octoparse, and then we go with we try some websites using web scraper also, and we have selected the websites that we want to pick to do the crawling. Which is based on our discussion with LBS previously. We have decided that Lao will use this website. I'm gonna put it in the link, the trivico.la. I put it in the chat box. Right, so first we are going to focus on this trivico.la, which is the retailers for ICT products available online in Lao. Right, so this is the website.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
How dare I go? Maybe I'm like my babya.
So this is the website that we are going to focus on to draw the information from this website. So you can get the link of the website. I paste it in the chat box, right? So hopefully everyone has already installed this application. You can open your Octoparse. Right, so this is where you get the free version of Octoparse. But hopefully everyone has already downloaded this, and you can run. I share my another screen. Okay, here is the Octoparse. Okay, so when I open this, application, so we need to log in using our email that we already used before, registered before during our sign up. Right. Then these are the interface of the first interface of Octoparse. Right. So if you can see here in this application, there is a lot of default templates that already built for user, just to pick up any templates if you want to do based on the websites that given here. But I think as far as I know that all of the templates, you can only do the crawling in cloud. So if we want to use the cloud, we need to use the paid version. So what we can do is now I'm going to show how we do the crawling, and we run it in our local desktop, right? So this is just a simple explanation and a simple way to get information from any websites that we want to scrap. Um, but it is still limited to certain extent of information and number of data. So the limitation is, as far as I said yesterday, using Octoparse, we only limit for one run of crawling up to 10,000 records. So in the case of the website that we are going, there is not much. There is not that much of record, so it will be no problem. So you can paste it the URL here to start. Okay, let's say I paste the URL of the trivico.la here and click start. Right. So now this page will this Octoparse will show the front page of the website, right? So there is so many categories here. So now today we are going to focus on maybe 2 or 3 categories. Make sure that the time of crawling doesn't take so much time, longer time, right? So this is, if you can see on the right hand of the page, so now the web page is appear in this first in this first section. So here is the web page. So we have 3 sections here. And then this is the second section of the data preview, that we can see the data that we wanted to crawl, the sample of data that we want to crawl. And then we have this page is for the property of the setting that we want to put it in our crawling, the process, the settings. Right. So now we are looking at this website, but if we have multiple categories that we want to crawl, then we should, as per our practice, we should go directly to each category of this URL of the category. So let's say we want to pick the laptop notebook category. We can also use this first section, okay, to browse the website without going to any Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox browser. So we can turn on the browser. So then we can click to get the link of the right. This is the link of for the category of laptop and notebook. We have here around 11 products here. So we can have this link first, copy this link, and we go to the right of the web page, and we want to load URL in the loops. So we want to add this URL here, and we can put the URL here if we only want to put a single URL for crawling. But there is another option if you want to crawl multiple URL of the websites. So let's say I get this URL. So we can create also new advanced mode. Advanced mode meaning that we are going to use our own template. We don't use the default template that has been given. So we paste the first URL, then we get the second URL to the websites. So let's say I'm going back to the Trivico site. Let's say another category is the desktop computer, right? So I copy the link and then paste it another one here, and we can add another. It's up to 10,000 key of URL. So let's say I add another one of the URL for printers. Right. So this is the printer URL. And we can save it. So the task group is for the management of the task. So you can choose it. Let's say it's online price hub. So this one you can create your own new group. So this is my list of what I have been done in my practice. So I have online price hub. So I bet maybe in your site maybe there is no other task group unless my group. So you can create new group if you want to, but it doesn't matter. Based on this three list, so now we're going to save first three list. So so we can see here in the right side, we can now we are entering the same page as what I showed before. So you can see here there is a loop URL here in the process. So we click here, you can see there is all the three URL that we have been put before are here. All right. So next is we need to decide.
Mr. Ridwan, sorry to jump in. I tried to click new template, but it seems there's no option like I've seen in your demo. It listed the existing template like Amazon, eBay.
Do you have Pak Soika, do you have advanced mode?
Pardon?
Advanced mode. New advanced mode.
Oh,
Yeah, like what I
advanced mode.
share, what I point out here.
Okay, I see. I thought it was a new task template. Okay.
Because
Okay,
task
thank you.
template is the template that already given by the Octoparse. So we need to choose which template that we want to use. So if we want to use our own website that we want to crawl, then you use advanced mode. Then we need to select everything by ourselves. What are the information that we want to crawl?
Okay, thank you.
Right. So now we are here. We have this information. You can see here. Now we already pick what are the web page that we want to crawl. So we have three web page that we want to crawl based on the category from trivico.la. So now we are going to go to this web page. All right, so let's say I'm going to this web page. So we can see here in this web page, we have more than one page. So we have page number 1 until the end of the page. So there is a next page button for this page. So what we want to do is we want to do a pagination for this page. So it will go through each of the page of this page of desktop computer information. So gonna click here at this next page, and you can see here there is an option here that we can see here what we want to do with the next page button here. So here we can pick the click single URL, right? So then it will lead to the crawler will automatically click the next button as a loop to go page by page. So you don't miss any page from this. Right? Okay, then we want to focus on the product that we have. So now we have multiple products here in the same page. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this page. This every single product will have their own product hashtag URL. We're going to click this one of the sample, and then we're going to click another one to identify all of this product. When it turn green, will be pick the information from all of this product. Okay, you can see the information in the section below. So the text field, the links field of each of the product in this page. So what we want from here is that we want to click for each URL of the product. So we click each URL because what we want is the link of the product. So that after this we can go for each single product to get detailed information. Right, so I click here. Now we are entering to the first product in the desktop computer category. So now here are the information that we need to decide from this page. What are the information that we want to choose? So let's say you can choose this information as a category, and then this one another information as a subcategory. Right, and then that one is a title. All right, so this one can be the computer or how to study is not a subcategory. So, okay, you can choose this one as a category, and then this as a title, and then we have the SKU number for the product number. ACSS 787 is SKU number, and then we can have this description of the product. Or else, if we don't want to this information, so we can skip it. And we also can get the information of the price. This is the current price, the price, and this is the original price, or discounted price. We have two price here. And another one, we can pick information below. Right? So this information here we get the whole information in one column, but we also can get information by each of the listed item here. But there is some issue here where later on, when we get the data, when we call the data, when we have the result, I will show you what are the issue of this list item using this Octoparse. It will show that not everything, the first list item is brand name. Maybe in the next product, it will be a model name in the first item. So we have some issue in a column. There is not necessarily the same information in a column. So we try first. Let's say I pick this one. I'm going to change and speak about the selection. I'm going to pick this one first, and the first list item, and then the second list item as a detail number, field number 6, and then other information like this information as a next field for each single field of the item. But for this one, I'm not going to change later on in the field name as a own field. I'm going to leave it as a field number 5, field number 6, and so on. Right? So you can see here, down here, we have a lot of field name. Then we can change the field name. Let's say this is the category name. And the second one already in the field name title. Third one is SKU. Okay. This field 3 is price. And field 4 is original price. So at least we have 5 with name of the variable, name of the field is in order, but the rest I leave it open as a field 5, 6, 7, and so on, because later on we'll see that field 5 for this product, it might be a brand, but field 5 for other product, it might be another information. Depends on the owner of the website, how they fill in the information of the product. Right? So, when we pick this one, when we agree with the information down here, so we can click the extract data. So we can see this will be the result that we get down here. Right? So this will be the result that we get. Now we can save. Now this information is already I think almost complete. So we can try to save it. If you see here, there is name of the field still not changed, so you can change back to complete the information. Price. So we can change the name of our project here. Let's say Trivico here. I name it as a Trivico IT. Right? And we can save the information here. Before we run, I would like to share some settings on this process. Some of websites we don't have to change the setting, but there is when we have massive amount of website and too many products in a website to get information, so might lead to to the website to block you to enter to block this application, the bot, to enter the website. It's like the CAPTCHA, or that it is as not a human that going through the website. So we go to the setting here. Up here we have this button of the task setting, and here we can change it. We can change some information here. All right. The first is use IP proxies. So we can tick use IP proxies, and we can tick auto rotate browsers. So this is setting for anti-blocking settings. So using this, I tick this one and tick this one. So at least they will always use different proxy for internet protocol, and they will rotate the web browser just to make sure that the security of the website didn't detect that a bot has come to the website to get information. So, but in the practice of the Trivico, I don't see any problem without this anti-blocking setting. But if any other website that you want to crawl, then this might be useful to use. So we can save this information here. Okay, now we're gonna run. I'm gonna show you. We're gonna run this process to see what are the information that we get from the three category of URL category that from Trivico. So I click this run. Okay, then the system will ask about where to run your task. So to run in the cloud, you need to have a paid version of Octoparse, but you can run in our device, which is in our local PC, using standard mode. So the boost mode only applicable for 1 or 2 times only. Then it will block for a paid version. So standard mode is open for you to use. So I click standard run. Now we can see that the task has been doing some crawling here. So it will take some time to get the information. As you can see here, so the information has started to come in from the list of the URL that we have been putting in. Okay, if you see here, this is what I mean, that there is a difference in information of the field. Some of them are good, but some of them have different information. So this one we need to cater on. When we get the data, we need to look back during the data management to get the best information that we can get, and creating new field for any other from what we have crawled from the website. So the objective of using this is only to get at least we have information on the product that available in the websites first before we do some data management and data cleaning. So while we waiting for this process to complete, we take some time because we have 3 category URL that we want to crawl. I think it was around 100 something product. So almost 200 product. So So it will return result around 190 data extracted. So if you have any question, you can ask, or you can write in the chat box before we get information, and I show you how to export the information. We have a question from Glenn from Philippines. What time do you usually run the scraper? Normally I run it early in the morning, because sometimes I have been used this to crawl from property website to get some information to study on the rental price of house. Quite a lot of information for I go by states, so there's quite a lot of information and records, but I do it once in a month. So the process is, I crawl it, maybe it takes 3 to 5 days to crawl, but each day is in different states. So I run it in the morning, so by the afternoon I can get the result. So as we can see here, while it's running, there is some product that has no information on the field 5 until the end, until field 15. So this web scraping tools, this is one of the limitation that we get, is that even though we're using Python script to do the crawling, specific crawling, so we also will find that this is some of the issue that will appear if the because each of the category of the product will have maybe different kind and layout of information. So this is where when we use Python, it is more how to say is more open that we can do for each, maybe for each category, or else using this tools also we may do it not together. We may do it separately to crawl for each product of the URL based on the category, so that the information may be better than what we have now. But at the end, when we combine in each of the category of the product, so it will have some issue because there is a different field of each product in the data that we scrap. Yeah, Glenn. As for now, we are not considering any business hours because it maybe when because the bot is not going massively to the websites. It will go to the websites, but it will act as a like it is a robot that will act as a, like human are going to browse the website. So like I showed you before, the anti-blocking system is the way to make that each of the website that the bot enter as is act as a human. So so far there is no issues on it may be result to the inconvenience of their business. In fact, they don't know that we have subscribed from their web. So that is another issue on legal of the legality of the process of the web crawling. All right, so now the process has been complete. So we have around 95 data records here. So once the run is complete, so we can export the data. We export. So here, if we have any duplicated records, they have the system crawl the duplicate record. So then we show you there is some duplicate records have been extracted. So it's either we want to get duplicated records to see it back, or we want to remove it. It depends on us. So let's say I remove duplicate, so I only get 83 record of data. Right, so we have the option to export the data as Excel, CSV file, HTML, or JSON. Right, so the option on up here is to save it in our local desktop computer or laptop. So let's say I save it in Excel format. So I can save it in desktop. So you can open the file, see how does the data look like. So here are view of the data that looks like. So this data, we're going to use it in data management process and visualization process. Right, so this is how it works using Octoparse. So you can try it in another websites. Each website has their own characteristic, have their own layout. So it might be easier than this, it might be difficult than this. So there's a lot of try and error for each of the website to get the information using this web scraping tool. All right, so this one is using Octoparse. Now, so we can close the. So this is using Octoparse. So now I'm going to show you another tools using web scraper tools. This is a web scraper Chrome web scraper extension. So If you click install here, hope you also have installed the web scraper free web scraping extension. So like me, I already installed it. You can show it here. Web scraper extension is here, right? So let's say we want to crawl another page of also allow websites, online websites on IT product, right? ltshop.la. So I'm gonna paste it here. So this is the second option. So using this web scraper, I'm going to show you also what are while we are doing the stack for web scraping. So I'm going to show you also how does we look into the HTML tag for the information that we want. So let's say product category that we want to call is laptop, right? So here we have a lot of product here, this page, and we also have around up to 5 page of laptop product, right? Go back to the first page. All right, using this, so first we need to open our inspect of the website to see the HTML elements. And to go to the web scraper, we have here is the web scraper that, so this is the function for the web scraper, the option for the web scraper extension. So I hope everyone has, if you have installed the extension, so you can see this web scraper function here, type here to use it. Right, so if I click here, now we can see that this information, and there is, I just delete first. This is what I have trying to do. So you can see there is a sitemap, and drop down menu and a create sitemap. So first, what we are going to do is to create a sitemap. So let's say we want to go to the ltshop.la under the product category of laptop. So copy the URL link. So it differs from the Octoparse. So this one we need to go by each URL link. So you don't have, you can't put multiple link in one process of crawling. So we use each category link as a one crawler process. We're gonna create sitemap. So we put it. Let's say this is a LT shop laptop, and we put the URL here, paste the URL here, and then we create the sitemap. So to create the sitemap, so first we already put the link of the URL for the laptop. So in this product, so we have multiple product in this page. So first, we also want to do, the process is the same with what we have done in Octoparse. So first, we want to do some pagination. So we want to add the new selector. So the new selector is what we are going to select first to make sure that we can go for each page of the website. So under the new selector, so we have some information here that we need to fill in. So the first is the type we need to select. So let's say this is a link for the next page. So we want to go to the next page. We pick the type of the selector is link, and the selector ID we put it, let's say, next page. And then we can select where are the selector here. So this is the next page button, right? So if we can see here, I click done selecting. Okay, so if you can see here, there is a page number 2. Just now we are in the page number 1. So we can click next page. So you go to the page number 2. Right? So from this, I want to show also, if you can remember this information on the next page button, this is actually picked up from the HTML tag. So you can see here, display page, right? So if I go to the HTML tag, so let's say I click element, and I go to the HTML tag for this button. So we can see that these are the HTML page for HTML tag for the page number, right? So it is the A tag with class equal to page, right? So this is this is actually the icon that show that we are going to the next page, right? So this is how actually, if we are doing it using Python, also we need to understand that the HTML structure, the HTML tag, to put it in our coding, in our script, to make sure that we get the link for each of the page that we want to go. All right, so back to the web scraper. So since this page will be looped in the each of the next page. So when we go to the next page, second page, we want to go also to the next page of the second page. So it will be the page of number page of 3, the third page, and then same goes to the fourth page and the fifth page. So we need to use the parent selector of this root and next page. Right, so we can see the preview, and we can see first the selector graph. Okay, from root, they're going to go to the next page, and then after this next page, they're going to go to the next page until the end. Right? So now, just take a look at this selector graph. This selector graph, now we only have next page. We don't have, we still didn't have any products or any data information of the product. So back to the selectors. So then, in the same page here, we also wanted to pick the information of each product here to get the detailed product URL. In each product here, have their own URL to go to the detailed information of this product. So then we add another selector, right? We select. The next is we use also link, and then the ID is say product link. And this one I will select this product, right? So now we select multiple product because we want to get a list of the link of URL for each product, right? So we need to tick this multiple because it is multiple product, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then this will be at, we can preview the data that we already select just now. So we can have the information of the product link. Here is the product link HRL. So this lead, actually this also lead to the our HTML tag. Right? So this product link will appear in first in the root page, and then it will appear also in the each of the next page. So I will use the parent selector as a root and next page. So now we go and check at our selector graph. See the information now. First, we have the product link, which is the list of the link of the product in this page. So let's say this is the first page. Then we go to the next page. Then we have the same information. Then we go to the next page. We have the same information of the product link, but the next product in the page that we enter, right? So back to the selector. So now we have already have the product link. So under the product link, now we are going to pick the information, because when we go to the product link, then we go to the detailed information of the product. So this is detailed information of the product. So when we enter the detailed specific page of the product, so now we can have we can pick what are the information that we want to crawl from this page. So we add new selector, then type of the selector that we want to use is text, because we want to grab the information. So let's say I want to grab the category information. So now I select this category, laptop, as a category information. And the parent selector is in product link. So only when we are in the product link, then we can get the information for this information. So then we need to add another selector. So let's say a subcategory with Lenovo, and so on. Every information that we want, we can pick one by one to get the information. So let's say I do it a little bit fast here. The title. Okay, so we can see here the title using the tag HTML tag #1. And if we see here also in our element here, you see the HTML tag. So we can see that the HTML tag of the title is #1. Right? Back to web scraper. So save this one. Then I add a new selector, which is price. Extract the text of the price. Then another one would be the description. Select the text of the description here. And another one, the last one is product details. So I'm going to take all of the information under the product details under one ID, or you name it, field. So now we can preview our data from this page. We already have this information of the data. So this looks like too difficult in details information. There is a lot of information in here. So using data cleaning, there is a lot of regular expression need to do to separate this information, get into a new variable. So this is where it comes the limitation in this kind of web scraping tools, and maybe using Python script that we built. Maybe we can cater this information better than these tools. Right. However, what other intention today to show is that how we are going to use these web scraper tools to see before we going further into the Python coding, which maybe certain of us have difficulties or have no experience in using Python coding. So this will be a good start to get the gist of the web scraping using the web scraping tools. So at least we have the information in a column and structured format, but certain information still need to be clean and to be managed by us. All right. So now we can start crawl this information by clicking here under sitemap, the name of our task, and then we can scrap here. Click scrap function here, and then we start scraping. So we can see that the page, you can see here now, it is automatically going into each of the page of the product. And while the scraper going to the page, so they scrap all the information that we have decided to scrap. And while they are scraping, we also can view using here, click the refresh, so we can see the detail of the data that that have been already scraped from the web page that we going through just now. So this is the detailed information here. So the scraping still ongoing, but we already can see some of the data that has been extracted. Right. So once we have done this complete, then we can export it to either Excel or CSV file using this web scraper extension. So I'm going to show to you when the web scroller finish extracting the data. So while waiting, if there is any question, you can ask and put it in the chat box. So I hope friends from Laos, if you have any question, this is basically focusing on Laos because the website that we pick is based on what we have discussed with Laos before. Okay, maybe I can stop the web crawler from crawling by just, and I show you now it has been stopped. All right, so to extract the data, so we can click here under this option. There is export data. Right, so the export data, so you can download it as Excel or CSV file. So let's say I use Excel. Now you can open the data that we have been crawled. So these are the information that we have crawled just now using the web.io. So we have the category, the subcategory, the title, the price. Of course, there is here and there something not according to the not in the format. So, but not much. We can take to use this data to do some data cleaning and study what are the information that we can use for our analysis. So this is the basic of the process for the web scraping using web scraper tools. Right, so if you see the selected graph, so we can see that this is the process flow, the graph of the flow for each of the site that page that we crawl. I have a question from Glenn. What are type of errors, if any, do you experience? First, I have used this web scraper extension also to draw some information on rental price up to around 500 pages. But I only managed to get until the page of 150, I think, or sometimes we go to 200 page, because sometimes it leads to the it skips the page because there is too many page that we need to go. Then the processor is also need to be you have to have your PC processor at a high-end processor and memory. Sometimes I can also do another work, other work simultaneously with the when I run the scraping process. But we also have a VM machine that we can use to run the web scraper, so it doesn't bother our work at the current PC. It is equal PC. So based on this information that we get from these two tools that I have shared just now, maybe most of us have an experience with Python and other programming language to do this crawling. Even with R, we also have library package RVest to do web crawling. This is just a simple method using the tools to get the information from online retailing. So that's all what I want to share today. So if you still have any questions, you can ask or we go to the next. For us, the idea of using these web scraping tools first is to get the idea how and what are the information that you want to crawl from certain websites, so that maybe later on after we get data, the sample of the data, then only when we want to do some production crawling, massive crawling, then only focus on building the script in Python. So at least we save some time, at least we know what we want from the website, and then only we go actually to the more technical scripting programming. Any other question? If no, I would like to pass to Pak Sweka.
Thank you, Mr. Ridwan, for exciting presentation. Yeah, these two software introduced in the presentation very easy to use. But for the actual use, I think we can use this for the exercise, but for the actual implementation, I think we need to use the paid one.
Yeah.
Okay. I still open floor for the question. Okay. For the it's mean the module in price intelligence and hands-on already complete, Mr. Ridwan.
We have a bit of data cleaning and visualization that will be by Ms. Noradila.
Oh, for that one for data preparation and visualization.
Yeah, But we use, but that one we use also the data that we already scraped for trivico.la
Mhm.
just to show what we can do with the data.
Okay.
Just a simple data cleaning, and we have another around 1 hour, 1.5 hour, right? So
Yeah.
simple data cleaning and visualization.
Okay. So before continue to the next topic, I think better if we take a break about 10 minutes.
Right.
Okay. All colleagues, I think we can take 10-minute break before we continue to the next topic, because like the first one, the next one also will take longer time. So we can take a break 10 minutes. See you.
Thank you.
Okay, all college. 10-minute break have passed, and now we are ready to the next agenda, data preparation and visualization for website trivico.la. For this presentation, Ms. Noradila Adnan will give the presentation. So the floor is yours, Ms. Noradila.
Okay, thank you, Pak Sol. Let me share my screen first. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you can hear it clearly.
Let me share the screen first. Okay. Okay. Assalamualaikum and good morning to organizer, presenter and participant. Okay, it is my pleasure to be a part of this training. So I'm Noradila from Department of Statistics Malaysia. Today I would like to share the Malaysia experience on big data, which is specifically on PI module data management. Basically, this is the continuity on what have been presented yesterday by Ms. Mazliana and Mr. Ridwan. Okay. First of all, this is the overall design of PI data management, which start with the process start from online data, which online data cross feed to PI process. And then next, the PI process, which the place where will perform data matching process. And next, matching DB database, which store list of match result for quality assurance or quality control. And next, data DB and ES, which will store successful and accepted match data. And then QA/QC will which post a match verification process, which require user action to determine match correctness and improve the dictionary data. So the initial dictionary data is prepared based on sample data from online resources. As for dictionary, it contains the COICOP dictionary data to be used for matching. Dictionary is expected to grow continuously over time in order to help process determine the correct item to be classified. The field in input data are compared using a Levenstein distance algorithm, and then the score generated from Levenstein algorithm is stored as score in input data DB and match DB. So for PI, which is stand for price intelligence, input data title and description are selected for comparison as it contains most of the data needed. Since input data selected may have a great difference with different dictionary keyword, data or text, the score generated will not have a high score. So to overcome this issue, a unique high score is elected as the best match from a list of matches available to the record. Okay. Next, there is 7 COICOP categories which covered in the PI exercise, which is groceries, clothing, appliance, vehicles, electronics, and wearables. For each COICOP category, a number of item set have been selected, and then item description may be booked and too broad to be classified. So to cater this, it is a need to create multiple set of dictionary to handle all of them. For example, vehicle COICOP and groceries COICOP. So there is no standard process template that can be applied to all, and then each COICOP has its own dictionary and process set. User intervention is required at all times to build firm content of dictionary. As you can see from the slide, this is how we get the matches for vehicle. This is the flow where it starts from the input data are fetched and ready to be processed, and then next rejected or skipped. Will filter out data that does not need to be processed, and then get model. If model field is empty, model will be extracted from input title, and then find match will be matched based on COICOP criteria, and that's update skip flag to continue, to true to skip next process. As you can see, this is the matching process for vehicle, which is based on multiple input data field. Sorry, is there any question? Okay, this is the input data field, like menu type, make, model, and condition. So to have the COICOP 7-digit, we look into the data field until up to engine capacity, transmission, and variant. This is the example for the dictionary. Okay, next, as I already said before, that the dictionary setup, dictionary data field is different for each category. and this is for clothing. Let's start. The input data are fetched and ready to be processed. As for rejected skip, filter out data that does not need to be processed. Get match from title is will compare input title with data in dictionary and calculate matching score and status. And then next, get match from description will compare input description with data in dictionary and then calculate matching score and status. Here we have array mesh, which is the temporary storage for matching result. And then next, update skip flag to continue to skip the next process. The input data field is different from the vehicle, which is in this clothing we have title, description, condition, and as for COICOP 7-digit we have title and also 5 criteria for dictionary data field. And next is for get matches glossaries. This is the flow. First, the input data are fetched and are ready to be processed, and then we will for rejected or script we'll filter out data that does not need to be processed, and then find mesh. We'll find based on the COICOP criteria. As for array mesh, same goes to other flow, which is a temporary storage for matching result, and then we just continue to if we reject, we just update the skip flag to true. And this for input data field, we have up to for COICOP 7, we have title, description, band, unit, and variation. And as for dictionary data field, we have 5 criteria. And then next, this is the sample of dictionary for glossaries. And then we can see the criteria that have been set up in the dictionary. Okay, this is the user interface for dictionary management function. As we know that this dictionary, we still have to use to have a human intervention where each COICOP where the user will put in the dictionary, and then we can use the dictionary to run the classification. So each COICOP have their own dictionary and user interface to allow individual dictionary management. So the following action support for this UI, which is view and verify dictionary data, search for specific dictionary entry, and add, edit, and remove specific dictionary entry from the dictionary. Okay, this is the matching module. With this figure describe the back-end matching process applied to all COICOP category. This process is a continuation of initial get matches module, which is a category specific module. This is the overall flow. And then next, we go to QA/QC module. Okay, it describes the quality assurance and quality control process for PI, and this process require user action to determine the correct matching from list of match result from previous matching module. And the process is described like first is accept, which is the user decide on the correctness of the match, and then get the data, which is store accepted match to database and discard rejected match, and then add to dictionary is we will add accepted match to continue to dictionary for improvement. And next, set duplicate match to reject is we will set the QA/QC flag of match record with same input ID to rejected and update to match DB. And then last is set mesh to reject, which is we will set the QA/QC flag to reject it and update back to the mesh DB. This is the user interface for QA/QC. As I said, human intervention is still needed to verify the correctness of the classification. Next, this is show the process flow to determine the mesh status for a mesh. The mesh status is divided to 3 types, which is ACSS mesh, with partial mesh, and no mesh. For ACSS mesh, it will describe as it will mesh all criteria up to COICOP 7 criteria if the COICOP 7 code exists, and then it also mesh all criteria up to 6 criteria if the COICOP 7 code does not exist. And then for partial mesh, it will mesh criteria up to COICOP 6 criteria if COICOP 7 code exists. And as for no mesh, it do not have a mesh with both COICOP 4 and COICOP 6 criteria. So this is the example matching status for online data. From here, the same specification but different unit quantity, we will tag it as partially meshed item. And then for a same same specification and unit quantity, it will be tagged as exact mesh item. And as for different specifications and unit quantity, it will be tagged as partially meshed item. Okay, these 3 items are for 2 space which classified under 6-digit code and included in the CPI basket. Okay, next. Okay, the challenge of this dictionary building is there are part of it is there are records that do not have enough information in the title description to allow item to be classified accurately. So for the first case, title field only have brand name without item type. A single brand can have produce multiple item type, which tells us classification according to brand is not the correct path. So for this case, process will need to get the item type from the description field of the record. Okay, this is that's for the case 1. And then case 2 is title field does not contain sufficient information to conclude the correct item type. As for example, shirt and t-shirt has a different set of COICOP 6, and judging from the title in figure, it is possible for item to be classified to the wrong COICOP 6. So to address this, a list of matches is created first before deciding on the correct match. So the dictionary is populated with multiple variation of keyword or tag. For example, t-shirt and t-shirt. And then next, another challenge we face is unneeded information, which is item owner use the description field to advertise other products available in their store, such as jacket, shirt, jeans, and pants. Since the keyword exists in dictionary, it will list out unnecessary matches for the record and maybe possibly lead to an incorrect classification. So to solve this, a mesh score and mesh status is introduced to help determine the correct mesh for the record. So an additional QA/QC module will allow user to select the correct mesh and consequently improve the dictionary data and accuracy. Additionally, need to be able to another challenge is dictionary need to be able to handle both in as in Malaysia we have both in Malay and English version of an item. However, machine translation may produce inaccurate result and inconsistent due to limited data. So using translator may lead to increase of work to be done to clean up the incorrect translation. So therefore, storing both Malay and English version of an item is done in price intelligence module. So that's for data management, which cover the dictionary part. And then basically what we have this is after we crawl the data and the data has been stored in HBase, from here dataset generator is built as the user interface to structure all the data before the user can download the price data to their local PC. So in this stage, the raw data are not classified into the COICOD category yet until it has been downloaded and go through the mesh module. After running download the data from data generator, and then we run the data and go through the mesh module. We use it for some analytic, which is we just come out with any analytic that can be done with comparison with the online platform, and also some this is the sample visualization and in price intelligence module. And then next, this is the work in progress that we have done, which is we crawl all the online platform and we compare the item, the price, so that it will currently benefit for internal use to see the comparison data between the online data and also administrative data. As we said that we have also collected data from other ministries. The ministry data, which but however the function is different, which is the admin data is for enforcement, and for us for DoSM is for calculate the consumer price index. So by doing some dashboard on the all data, online data, administrative data, and also manual survey data, this will help us to see a clear view of the price trend before the consumer price index is being calculated. Okay, this is what I'm share is about price intelligence module. I will also share on how to manage the data that has been crawled before by Mr. Ridwan. But before that, do you have any question related to the price intelligence module on data management? Any questions on this? I didn't see any question from any.
If there is no question from college, I have a simple question,
Okay.
Ms. Naradila.
Yeah.
I see the comparison, price comparison. How many online website that collecting in this process?
Okay. As for now, in PI module, we have around as for we have three platform which has been put in the price intelligence platform. But however, for this price comparison, we only use two sources, which is DoSM data, which is monthly, and also one of the online data and administrative data. As you can see from this price comparison, I built the time series, monthly time series, because we want to see whether the average price for the online and administrative data is same or different with the manual survey data.
I think there is one interesting for me is how to match the text, because as we know that text or title for each online or the one that survey have different text. Maybe in is there any section to match?
Later I will share on the simple data preparation using the data scrape, the data that has been scraped before. And if you don't have any question on this module, can we continue for the hands-on using Python?
Okay, that's good.
No, I see a question from Philippine.
Philippine, yeah.
When do you plan to officially incorporate? Since this is currently we as answered by Mr. Ridwan, we still under research on how we can see we can use the script data to compute the CPI, since that's why we still do a comparison because as we know, the online price even though even though there is what I say is there's only one price for online price, so it can represent all state. So that's why we have some challenge on that data, but internally we have used it for a complement if the item is not available in the market. That's my answer. So we can say yet how when we can use the script data. Is it answer? If there are no questions, let me move to the simple data preparation using Python. So you can download the okay. Here is the data can use me. You can see my slide. Let me share it. Share. Okay. Okay. In this hands-on part session, we will do data preparation and data visualization. We use Trivico data. You can download the data first. Maybe the data dimension maybe is different from what Mr. Ridwan have showed before. And then you can open the Google Colab. Okay. Can you see my screen? On Google Colab. Okay.
Yes, you can see.
Okay, I just continue with this data preparation part, which is first you need to download the data that have been shared. I will share it in the comment. Okay, just download the data on this drive and then open the Google Colab. Okay, this is a very basic data preparation for this online data. First of all, just import the pandas and NumPy. And then just run it. And then once we have import the pandas, upload the file. There is a two-way to upload the file, which is from Drive and also from your local PC. And if you want to upload the data from Drive, open your Drive and save your data in the Drive. For me, I save it in my Drive. Yes. I put it in the this file folder, e-commerce, and then first of all, we need to mount the drive first. And then next, we read the data from Drive. And as for me, I'm using, since I'm using the file e-commerce, this is my path. You can change your based on your path. From here, if you want to see whether the data is have shown in the folder, just go to File and then here Drive, and then go to my Drive and see where is your data. And this is the data for me, Trivico News. Okay, this is the one way for import the data. And second way is to upload from your local. I just comment it because I don't want to upload it from my local. So if you want to use the upload from the local, just uncomment it and run these two code can rename. I comment it back because later on I didn't use it. Okay, as you can see, the data, this is the data that have been crawled, which is a category, title, SKU, price, original price, field 5 up to field 26 is about on specification. From here, we can see that in category, there is a white space here. And also there is a white space in original price. So in order to clean it up, so we run it later. First of all, we just see the shape of the data first, which show there is a 185 row and 27 column. And then we want to make sure that there is no duplicate data, and we run this drop duplicate and also show the shape of the data. And from here we can see that there is no duplicate data. And then we want to show the data type of the variable. Basically we want, as we see before, the price and original price is tagged as an object. So we want to change it into the currency or float or integer. Later we will do it. And then here we want to check the missing value, just run it. Okay, as you can see, there is more missing value of in field 5 and up to field 26 because the way the type in the specification details is different. So maybe there is some data will be blank in this all field. Okay, next. Okay, since previously we see that category data, we see the white noise. So to make it clear of view, so we show the list of the category. So from here we can see that there is white space here. So to remove the white space, we run the strip code. I'm doing for both category and original price, and run on it. So from here we can see that category and the original price is been clean. Okay, next we want to check it again whether it has been clean or not. So here it has been clean. And then as for original price, we have see that no white space and none is the blank. And then next, since the original price and price is in object, so we want to change it into the number. So we change it by using a reject. The reject /d plus is to make sure that only number has been stored. And then we check it again. And then from here we can see that the price and original price has been changed it to float to make it clear view. So we check the data frame. Let's run it. Okay, so it has been changed to the number. Okay, since the crawler has go through the all categories, so we want to see how many category in this data. So I'm using the count list, which is there is 6 category in this data. Okay, since the category or specification of each category is different, so there should be trade or clean differently. So as you can see from here menu, I differentiate it into 6 category for the cleaning part. For first category, which is a printer and projector, we can see that in the field 5, there is a value, but there is no value in the other field. So maybe we can remove it later. I just run it first again. Okay, next. Okay, since there is no data in the column 6 to 25, I am using the place of column. So we remove it. So the data will be more quite clean. So okay, as for the error, just ignore the error first because this code is not really optimized yet. But just make sure that whatever result we got the result that we want. So as here is, I'm just check the column which is category title up to field 5, since the field 5 has the value in the column. So next is from the field 5, we can see that there's some word or data that can be used for analysis, like for specification that we can we can put it into another column. As in this, I'm using so that's to make sure that the data be clean in another column. So we put some sort of dictionary of printer brand. I'm going to have this dictionary. We have to doing some eyeballing on the data so that we have a clear view on what brand that the online platform use. So in this printer, so I put some printer brand here. You can change it depend on your on the platform. Okay, so this is where we will join all the dictionary, and then next just run it. Okay, from here what I'm using is title. I'm using, instead of using field specification field, I'm using title, which because the title have show all the variable needed. If you can see the information in the title, you can use the specification field for your reference. So, and in this Trivico platform, this is quite, the title is quite detailed. So we can just use the title. It depends on the online platform. So here we can see that the brand has been showed a new variable brand, which is come from title. You can add up the printer brand if you have more data. And okay, next, in the title also, we can also see that there is also printer type that we can make a new dimension. So the dictionary for the printer type have been list like here, and then it same goes to the printer brand. we also do it. I just change the printer type. Okay, and then this here we can since the field 5 is still there, so I change the name to specification, so that is more clean. Okay, so we have another dimension, a new dimension, which is brand and type. Okay, that's only since this is just a simple way to prepare your data. You can also build any other dimension from title and specification. As for printer, I'm just use these two dimension, which is type and brand. And then next, for a second category, which is computer hardware. Basically, I'm just repeating what have been done in the first category, which is we use to see the sample data of the computer hardware and see which column or dimension that can be used to extract the information. As we can see in the field 5 and field 6, we have a brand, model, and maybe max total power, but not all data have it. So I think that it's better to use title also. If you want to use the specification column, just change it when you do the code. So here, okay, since there is no other information that being used in column 6 to 27, I'm just remove it as previously. So next is I'm changing the field 5 specification to specification, and then this is the brand that I'm see from the title, like this. If you want to use the specification to extract out the information, so you just change in this name to specification or field 5. Okay, from here brand have been extracted to another dimension, and then for hardware, same goes to previous category. This is the dictionary. Basically, the hardest part is on how you want to come up with the word as the criteria for type and then criteria for brand. So this is the which consume more time. Okay, so as third category also. Okay, from here we can see there is more value can be see from field 5 up to field 9. So maybe we can use later, but maybe we can use it. Okay. Okay, next we go to the specification. Okay, as for specification, I don't want to drop all the information in the field 6 up to 14 since there is a value. So I'm just concatenate all of the data with the separator, so that later on we can use it if we think that there is information for us to extract to do the classification later. Okay, so that we can see that all data has been has been concatenated in one column. After it has been concatenated or combined, we clean by dropping all the previous data, because we have all it on one column. Okay, and next we come out with the cable brand. And also cable type. The dictionary is different for each category. That is the different for this coding. And then cable size. Okay, as for the cable, since it is cable, maybe some information that can be used is the cable size. So from the title, we can see that they show the size of the cable, which is quite consistent on how it write in the title. So we can put all the word that have been used for the sizing. Maybe there is another way, because the code is not unique to one code. So you can try by yourself on how can you optimize the coding. So for easier way, this is the easiest way to do it. And then we have all the size. The fourth category, there is no information in field 6, field 5 up to the last column. So we just remove it since it give no information at all. And then for technology brand, this is what we can do is, so we extract out the brand from the title, and then the tech type, technology type. So this is the technology type that as for now that I can see from the title. Is it too fast for you, or you can follow? Basically, it just repeating what have been done in the first category. So this is technology size. Maybe you can change it to other dimension. So here is you can see the size. If no information that be extracted, maybe you can find another way to find it. So that's why I said that this code or dictionary is still need human intervention to check the data as much as possible, so that all the information can be extract well. So for the fifth category, desktop, you can see that the same goes to other. There is many information here that can be used, but some information has been repeated from title. So as for now, I'm just using title for to extract the information. And then next type since all is a desktop computer, so I just put it as a desktop computer for all. So we can come up with a desktop brand. Okay, same goes to size. And then the last one is laptop and notebook. So from this, there is so many information that can be used from this 5 up to field 26. So that to use it, I'm just combine it or contain all the information into one column, which are named as specification. Oh, sorry, I didn't run it first. Okay, so next, run the specification. Okay. So next is a laptop brand. So sorry for those who have experience with this Python. Basically, this what I share is a very basic way to prepare the data. So next is a laptop type, and then laptop size. Okay. Okay. So we have all the data for all six category in a clean data, so that we just combine all the data or merge the data into one column, so we can use it for maybe later for classification or data analysis. But in this session, I will not talk about the classification to COI code first, because in order to classify it, we need to have the dictionary first. So better to have to set up all the dictionary first. So after we combine all the data, so we have just run all the data, and then there is 9 dimension that you can use for your analyzation. And then from here, there is column which is price and original price. So that from what we know, the original price is the true price, and then the price is what has been sold to the consumer. So that we can this is some dimension that can be used. So we come up with a discount maybe. So this is the data dimension, and then this is the clean data. You can try by yourself, or if you have any idea on using the specification to come up to extract the information, you just try it by yourself. So because I have also show the additional code to be tested, whereby from the specification, maybe you want to extract the data in another way. Maybe you can use this, where it use because this is there is many ways to extract the text data. Okay, so finally this is the data that has been cleaned. So we want to save it to local. If this is if you want to save it to local, so if you want to save it back to drive, I just run it to the local first. So this is the data that have been saved, and then if you want to save it to drive, just run this code and change your path, so that you can use it later. Okay, this is for data preparation. So since we are running out of time, I will go for data visualization. Okay, on data visualization, basically we in DoSM we use Tableau as a platform for data visualization. However, we have to pay for the platform to be used. So the other alternative way is use Power BI. Maybe you can use Power BI, and the guide on use the Tableau and Power BI has been shared on the previous last year session. So maybe you can see it later. But today I will share on Data Studio, which is compatible with data Google Sheet data. So you don't have to download the platform. So first of all, open your data that have been shared in Drive. You have to use since this is a Google platform, so we have to save the data in the Drive. Based on the data that have been previously, sorry, I'm sharing it in Google Drive. I'm sharing. Okay. Okay, this is the clean data that have been that we save from the Google Colab, and we will use Trivico Clean. So in order to use in Data Studio, just open it on this Drive, and then just open with Google Sheet. Once you open with Google Sheet, the data will be saved as Google Sheet data like this, and then we can just use directly from Data Studio. From the link that I'm shared in the slide, this is the simple dashboard that have been built by me with the data, but maybe you can enhance the visualization by using time series data, since the data has been scraped in a one shot of time, so there is no time series data. So I'm sharing on Data Studio. Okay, once you open the link, you will see this. This is the layout of the Data Studio. Say I can see whoever come in my Data Studio. This is shared Data Studio. It's like Google Sheet. However, if you want to create new, it is like PowerPoint, which that you can use the data, just drag and drop data, and then you can visit your dashboard easily. So this is what I have done. You can just drag it to other side, and then this is the control where you have used this. Maybe you want to drop down list, fit size list, and also, so as a start, maybe we can start from 0 for Data Studio, and then you go to create data, and then you go to report. Okay, from here you add data source, which is a Google Sheet. I'm using a Trivico Clean, and then in the option, use first row as a header and add the data. Basically, this add to report. Basically, this is the easiest way to, maybe you want to come up with a new idea on storytelling, so you can go to this platform first. From here, the data has been shown in the available field. It's just like a PowerPoint where you can just put the data, or maybe what I'm showing first, maybe I want to add the chart for bar, and then just put it, and then this is dimension. Maybe you want to change it to brand, maybe you just drag it and put to the category. So it will automatically change it for you. And then if you want to show the label, go to style and then show data label. Okay, this is what you can use. So if you want to make a summary report, just what I have put in my dashboard previously, you can have the add chart and just go to the scorecard. From here, this is a record, count record. If you want to put another scorecard for price, put it, and then put the price in the metric. So this is the price. So if you want to change the aggregation, maybe to average, just change on this, and then maybe you want to change average. And start it on your own way. You can put some text to show your title and so on. Okay. Basically, this is what this is a good start to build your Vis in the form of dashboard using the free platform like Data Studio. So maybe there's some limitation on analysis, but you can using it to have an idea for storytelling. And this the data that has been shown and the dashboard that has been shown by me previously is still lack of storytelling, but I just want to show you on how you can do some analysis data by using the interactive visualization. So as I said before, as an alternative, you can use Power BI and Tableau. And then I think that's all from me for data preparation and data visualization. Hopefully you understand what has been shared by us since yesterday. Since I think this will be an assignment specifically for Laos and Philippines, right? Right, Dr. Pak Speaker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Laos and Philippines as well, BPS Indonesia will participate in the pilot project with topic of price statistics.
Price statistics.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, please have a try on it by yourself. Regardless any tools that you will use, not as what we have shared, maybe, but it's good for a start. At least then you will come up with something or output from your side. And then maybe in a few weeks we will sit down again and discuss and see the progress of the assignment. And as for what have I showed before, where we use levels time classification. I'm not showing in the preparation yet, preparation data yet, since we don't have the dictionary. Maybe if you have the list of dictionary, you can use it for a classification later. I think that's all from me. Any question from others?
Maybe our colleagues from Laos.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I haven't seen comment or questions in yesterday. Maybe want to express something, difficulties, or any question. Please open.
Maybe if you can I don't know, don't have any question here, maybe you can give to the assistant for and for us to answer later.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Noradila, for the presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so basically, this is the last topic in our workshop for 2022 pilot project. If last week the topic is tourism, where the participants are DoSM Malaysia and NIS Cambodia. For the price statistic, the participants are Indonesia, LSB, and also the PSA. Yeah, I believe the material for some member state considering basic, but for some other they are still figure out how to start and how to connecting from the data collection and analysis, and maybe they are still figure out. Have question. Yeah, there is message from Mr. Santia. Yeah, I think Mr. Santia, or the code has been sharing about the data. Is it possible that Ms. Noradila that you already share? Is it?
Yeah, I already shared.
Yeah, already share. Yeah. It is already shared, Mr. Samtia, but if you any question or any difficulty to locate the file, just drop us an email. If you don't know how the presenter email the presenter, you can drop email to me. Thank you, Mr. Samtia, for your active participation in this workshop. You are active give question since last week. Okay. Before I conclude event for today, maybe other colleagues want to add something, not necessary to the topic for this price statistic, but as well for other topic that related with the ACSS big data. Okay, still quiet. Okay, so we can conclude. Yes, Mr. Rajkumar or Radwan, Mr. Radwan, please.
Hello, Pak Sarkar.
Yes.
Okay. Can we ask the Laos and Philippines to develop the dashboard or something on the price? We give about 2 weeks to them to give to submit assignment as an assignment for them to, so that based on the assignment we can get them more. For example, for the training we do on the electronic products, maybe they can go for the groceries item, so they can practice based on the training and submit to us in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks times. 3 weeks.
3
Can?
weeks.
3 weeks,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Can,
Okay. Go ahead, Miss Narendra.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. As requested by Miss Naradila, basically from our college from DoSM, that it is very encouraged that if our college from PSA and also from LSB to give some to share their exercise related with the web scraping or web crawling, and also share the output or the visualization of the from the process. I will circulate the email to 2022 pilot project members about this one. So or as well as the necessary link. So we will have exact direction about the exercise. I encourage again about the active participation in the pilot project. Otherwise, the effort that have been taken by our presenter from Department Statistics of Malaysia and as well as from BPS Statistik Indonesia will be forgotten, and member state maybe miss the opportunity to learn together about the knowledge and also the experience. I believe we can read the knowledge or the technical knowledge from our website or from the training, but in this pilot project, we can learn from other member states, from the BPS or DoSM about the big data that related with the official statistic. I think this is our good opportunity to share the experience big data in the for the official statistic. Maybe later not just BPS Indonesia and DoSM only, but maybe from the Singapore and as well our college from Philippines, Thailand. Those one is the one that I know that they already engaged with the big data. I think maybe there is another big data in other MS. Okay, that's from me. If there is no question, the next one is I would like to invite Ms. Puan Jamalia to give some remark that maybe can encourage the participant to in this pilot project. Ms. Jamalia, please. I see. Yeah.
Pak Sulka,
Yeah.
Assalamualaikum. Can you hear me?
Waalaikumsalam. Yes, we can hear.
Okay. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to respected members of ACSS and all participants. First and foremost, on behalf of Department of Statistics Malaysia, I would like to express my gratitude to ASEAN Secretariat for organizing virtual ASEAN Regional Workshop for 2022 Big Data Pilot Project and inviting Department of Statistics Malaysia team to share knowledge, experience and guide on data science with the ASEAN Committee and BPS Indonesia. The virtual ASEAN Regional Workshop for 2022 Big Data Pilot Project has officially begun with the workshop for Big Data Pilot Project on price statistics and tourism statistics starting from 21st April 2022 until 26th April 2022. This 4-half-day workshop aims to provide the participant with necessary knowledge and skill for the topic of tourism and price statistics. It is our great honor to spend the past 4 days with friends of ASEAN. With your participation, the workshop successfully finished all its sessions. Specifically, this 2 days workshop on big data application on price statistics aim to provide the participant with the necessary knowledge and skill in price statistics, particularly for the benefit of the Laos Statistics Bureau and Philippine Statistics Authority. This project will be carried out as part of the ASEAN Community Statistical System ACSS, which is one of the efforts under the ASEAN Help ASEAN initiative. Respected members of ACSS and all participants, the quantity of data produced every day in the world reveals impressive figures. The big data phenomenon is rapidly spreading in several domains, including tourism, economy, healthcare, communication, social science, and other areas. Today, official statisticians are entering the debate on big data with enthusiasm. Statistical agencies around the world are allocating resources for big data by setting up trial projects and adopting programs and strategies. This dynamic explosion of big data will eventually usher a new era in the statistical profession and in the role of ASEAN Stat and all ASEAN NSO. Such in price statistics, it can improve on price data quality, enable statisticians to react better in the increasing amount of daily data sources from the internet, which can help in establishing new price basket analysis, which will give value added to the current CPI. The value creation from this crawling and scraping methodology of collecting data can give better insight in official statistics, besides reduce the workload for data collection. Thus, ACSS agreed to implement a pilot project of big data utilization in the period of 2022 and 2023, covers the selected topics on prices, tourism, job vacancy, economic sentiment, internet economy, and hybrid census. As the workshop ends today, I believe we all have the task to complete, and let's do it together. Finally, a huge thank to everyone present here, and once again, the sincerest thanks to both ACSS and DoSM. Thank you for your continuous commitment and leveraging the opportunity to develop big data talent in your National Statistical Office through this workshop. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jamalia, for the remark. I hope the remark can encourage the member state to give better output in the pilot project. Okay, thank you, all member state, all colleagues for participation in this workshop. Please express our our thank you to our trainer from BPS Indonesia, as well as from Department of Statistics Malaysia for the effort in this workshop. Not for this only workshop since, but also workshop from last year during 1 year. There are a lot of activity that related with big data. It is the one that ASEAN help ASEAN that continues within this 1 year. Thank you, our colleagues from BPS Statistics Indonesia, from Department Statistics of Malaysia for your effort. I know that this is not the last, because we need to review again about the progress of the pilot project activity that not only for 2022 pilot project, but we still have the same activity for 2023 with the participation from Singapore, Myanmar, Thailand, Brunei for the next year. Okay, I think we can conclude this workshop. Thank you for all, and see you again in the next activity of ACSS Big Data. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.